What's up, guys? This is Sim with Vengeance, and I'm back here with another Madden NFL 17 Detroit Lions franchise. And today, your 13-2 Detroit Lions are at home for the final game of the season at Ford Field on a Sunday night primetime game against the 10-5 Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton and them boys are rolling into town, and they are thinking that they could try and beat us. We'll see about that. But anyway, if you guys are excited for today's video, make sure you guys drop a like. And if you're new to the channel at all, hit that subscribe button down below for more content as we're getting ready for the playoffs. Playoffs? We talk about playoffs. We ain't talking about no playoffs just yet. Well, I mean, we got till next week, right? We got till next week. And you know what? It's kind of a good thing that, you know, the playoffs are around the corner, because that means it could, you know, lead to our first ever Super Bowl. The Lions have never been to a Super Bowl, and I'm willing to take them there. I want to take them there, take them to the promised land, because they haven't been there yet. And with the playoffs closer and closer, it's more promising than ever, because the Lions have had a really good season. They've only had 2 heartbreaking losses on the year, and it's going to be crazy, you know. And we've taken a loss to Green Bay. We've taken losses to New Orleans. Both teams are playoff contenders, and we have a very good possibility of meeting one of those 2 teams again in the postseason. So, do I want to face them? Yes. It seems like a challenge, you know, because let's face it, the Lions have had a lot of challenges this year, but none as big as those 2 teams. And, well, depending on how Carolina does today too, could also vary on, you know, how well they'll face, because Carolina is also a playoff contender. We may be facing them in the playoffs. We could also be facing Dallas in the playoffs, because Dallas clinched the NFC East. So there's a lot of teams at stake. Minnesota could also still make the playoffs, along with a few other NFC East teams like Washington. I think also Philadelphia could make the playoffs. I'm not too sure about anybody else. I think that's it. But there's a lot of other possibilities that could happen in order for our playoff matchup, that is. So, you know, I'm excited, but I do need to clinch home field advantage, because if Seattle wins and we lose, well, Seattle's got home field advantage, and I really, really, really want to have home field advantage. I really do, because, you know, it does matter. It really does. And if we end up going to Seattle to face the Seahawks in that loud place where place is just going to go nuts, well, it could be a bad day for us at the office. But seeing that we are starting off this game 0-2 with Matthew Stafford, well, this could be a long day if this continues. But, you know, here comes Cam Newton, former MVP. Didn't have the greatest year in 2016. But let's face it, with that kind of defense that he had last year that took him to the Super Bowl, yeah, with that defense pretty much, well, I wouldn't say diminished, but there's a lot of pieces gone that made them good, and a lot of injuries that came to Carolina this year. Cam Newton wasn't as effective, and you can't say that any quarterback can be effective when they don't have all their pieces together. Whether it's on offense, or especially on offense, but more so Carolina's defense was diminished. But anyway, enough talking about Cam Newton, because he just scored a touchdown. He's kind of accurate. He can be accurate. If he's feeling it, he's feeling it. When he's not feeling it, he's definitely not feeling it. It all depends on how Cam feels on a certain day. But anyway, 3rd down and 8 here. Here's Stafford. Looking over to Jeremy Curley, 1st down to the 26-yard line, 14-yard pickup. And now it's 3rd down and 3. We're trying to tie this game up. We're trying to anyway. If we have to settle for a field goal, we will. But I really don't want to, considering there's a lot at stake. Because if you didn't notice, Seattle won their final game of the year. So that means we would pretty much have to win this one if we want home field advantage. Luke Kuechly gets a sack. And Matt Prater misses a chip shot field goal. So things are totally not going my way right now. And no, I did not. And I did not miss that field goal on purpose. I promise you that with my life. I actually tried to make it. And sometimes when you're pressing the buttons, it's like, okay, you pressed it a little too early. You're like, oh, crap, I'm going to miss. But it was bad. But Stephon Roundtree, hey, he may win Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's been really good this year. He's been actually phenomenal. He leads all rookies in sacks. So he may win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Who knows? But another first down right there from Theo Riddick. I'm happy about that. Stafford, we're trying to get him past 5,000 yards on the year, and we're also trying to get him past the 40 touchdown passes mark. Let's see if we could do that this game. Stafford now feeling it. Off to Ebron. Inside the 10, down to the 7, 21-yard pickup. And now second and goal here from the 7. Let's see if we can punch this one in finally. Stafford has some time. Marvin Jones, touchdown, Detroit Lions. It's now 7-7, I should say. My bad. But we get on the board. That's always good. So, back here, 3rd and 17 here for Carolina. All alone in the shotgun is Cam Newton. He steps back. The pressure's coming. Gets hit as he throws. The defense all over the place, flying to get to the ball. And we make the stop. Justin Tuggle, he's been a pretty good replacement for Cravens. I'm just saying. He may find himself in a starting role next year. Who knows? But Theo Riddick getting into the act in the passing game. Getting it past midfield to the 43-yard line. Nice pickup right there. Stafford at 150 yards passing. And, his team's in a good position right now. Very good position. 3rd and 7. Stafford has some time. Underneath, it's Ebron again. Squeezes between the two defenders. Gets the first down. And he's now up to 165 yards passing on the day. Stafford is. And now 1st and 10 from the 26. Stafford once again has some time. Over Mike Wallace. Caught. First down, 13-yard pickup. I'm liking the offense's flow right now. I'm thinking you guys are too. So keep it up. Let's keep it up, offense. We're all cheering you on. All you Lions fans in the comment section, I know you guys are even watching this video. I know how excited you guys are to see a title, possibility. We get a touchdown right there again from Marvin Jones, his 2nd of the day. He's leading the NFL in receptions, believe it or not. I mean, I'll show you guys the statistics at the end of the year when we go through the offseason. But Matthew Stafford leads the league in passing yards, which isn't really that much of a surprise. And neither is Greg Olsen being wide open at that play because we sent literally everybody to cover the blitz. We got a lot of people to cover the blitz, but the guy who was supposed to cover Greg Olsen didn't do his job. So now it's tied at 14. But a little other notable statistics. We were not last in the NFL in rushing, even though sometimes I really do tend to struggle in the run. Amir Abdullah was actually having a pretty good season until he got hurt. He will be ready for playoff time, but let's see how he, stays healthy in the playoffs. Because I feel like with Amir Abdullah, it's got to be a make or break time with him. I may consider drafting a running back in the draft, depending on how well they fit into our offense and what's available. Because I really don't want to get rid of Amir Abdullah, but he has had a lot of injury problems, and that raises a lot of questions about how good will he be long term. And if we can't keep him healthy, then it's really going to hurt our team. So we got to find a valuable replacement in the draft, I feel like. And I hope you guys understand. It's not really... Amir Abdullah has been effective when he's in the game, but he hasn't been in many games. He hasn't played a full season yet. And that's a cause for concern. So we get another touchdown pass from Matthew Stafford to Eric Ebron. And now that makes it 40 touchdown passes on the year. That is a huge, huge milestone for Matthew Stafford. Not one that you see very often. You've probably seen it I think you've seen it only once from Matthew Stafford for a 40 touchdown pass season. But I think he has done it before. But now he has to eclipse the 5,000 yard mark, which I think he has done that before too. So that's really not that surprising coming out of Matthew Stafford. He has had Calvin Johnson for most of his career. So that really does help too. So they get this one off to Pettigrew, and he gets down to the 39-yard line. Cam Newton in the offense for the Carolina Panthers has been rolling today. They've gotten some big plays. They've gone down the field, gotten chunks of yards at a time. But they still find themselves trailing, which is, I guess, not too surprising when the offense for the Detroit Lions is clicking right now. Literally on all cylinders. Well, we haven't ran the ball very much, but the passing has just been phenomenal. And Matthew Stafford continuing to prove why he's an MVP candidate with his 21-17 lead. Going into halftime, But let's see how well the defense can make a stand here. 3rd and 13. Sacked and then intercepted. Look at the big fella get it. Intercepted just like that, and we had the ball inside the 10. I don't know if you want to call it was labeled an interception, but oh my goodness, that was such a weird play. And this one from Mike Wallace gets them up to an 11-point lead. So we caught a break. Defense came out clutch, and we have an 11-point lead now. That's great, you know. But here comes Cam Newton. He ain't giving up. His team's trying to get a division title, and he's got himself a first down for a big pickup of 23 yards. That's his first run of the day. But you know what? It goes for a big gain. I didn't obviously see it coming because that's why he took off so easily and got such a big chunk of yards. Newton underneath Cecil Shorts. That is not going anywhere. Justin Tuggle with the stop, and Carolina's forced to punt. So now 2nd and 10. Stafford in the gun. Has some time. Pressure's coming, but Mike Wallace gets the catch, and he turns on his afterburners and says goodbye. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Stafford's 5th touchdown pass of the game and 42nd on the season. Wow. I think that's Stafford's career high. I think that is actually Stafford's career high. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure that is. But the defense coming up big again. A'Shawn Robinson getting the deflection at the line. And it's now, it's turning into a blowout right now. Stafford has some time, looks over the middle to Jeremy Curley, over to midfield, 10-yard pickup. Stafford nearing 400 yards passing on the day. Life is good, man. Life is fantastic. Stafford again, off to Marvin Jones. Another first down to the 34. 27 yards away from a 400-yard game. This is the kind of game that you just don't see very often these days from quarterbacks. Well, maybe from the top tier ones, but you don't see this game very often from Matthew Stafford. You really, really don't. Not to say that Matthew Stafford is a terrible quarterback, but he doesn't have many games like this, and this is a very special game from Matthew Stafford. Until about this point in the game, he was having a very special game up to this point. Throws it right into double coverage and gets it intercepted. I don't know what I was thinking on that play. I probably misclicked a button or something. But on 2nd and 21, we're sending the blitz. And it actually pays off because we get a safety, and it's now 37-17. Just like that. I like it. You know, defense coming up big. But with under 2 to go, Carolina trying to just give them one last raw at it and trying to, you know, prove their worth, I suppose. 3rd down and 3, Newton steps back, has some time, and gets it off to Cecil Shorts, and that is a Carolina touchdown, making it 37-24, but it was not enough as Detroit ends up taking the victory. Final score of 37-24, and that is pretty much how we're going to end our season. 14-2, guys. Now we get ready for the playoffs, and who do you guys think we'll face in the 2nd round of the playoffs? Carolina's in it. New Orleans is in it. Dallas, Green Bay, could be Minnesota, could be Washington, who knows? But let me know in the comments what you guys think who's going to be in the divisional round. It's going to be a wild one, of course, and I cannot wait to bring it to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, and if you're new to the channel at all, hit that subscribe button down below. We're still inching closer, ever so slightly, to 10,000 subscribers, and you guys are awesome. You deserve every bit of much content as I can provide to you guys. Until next time, my name is Sim with Ventures. You guys have been amazing as always, and I'm out. Peace.